everybody. I am really happy to share some space today with Zac Martin, who is one of our graduates here at the Jai Institute for Parenting. And I just love what Zac is doing with the tools and the training and the coaching that we provide here at Jai. So I invited him to come just share a little bit with you about his journey and how he is taking this work of changing the world by changing the way that parents parent out into his community. So Zac, thank you so much for taking the time to hang out with me for a few minutes today.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity and getting to connect and talk about the experience I've had. It's just been uh,
I'd
transformational.
love to hear a little bit about you before Jai. What was going on in your life and for you that had you make this commitment to becoming a parenting coach?
Yeah, I had just graduated from law school. I actually found Jai while I was in law school and knew that it was for me and that I was busy. And as soon as I graduated, I signed up to take the course in the fall, last fall. And I had just graduated and moved to a new state, to a new town. Only knew my son's mom and my son in this new town, and was starting over. And we didn't have the best relationship at that point in time. It was very confrontational and not supportive to us co-parenting together very well.
Mm.
And since then, we have an amazing relationship. I got in the fall last year, I got to start taking him or picking him up from school every day, and she came to my house and got him. And then last spring, I was able to get him every single day in the morning. So she dropped him off to me. I took him to school, and then I
Wow.
picked him up from school every day, and I got to be with him every day. I had him every single day this summer, so I spent my whole entire day, every day, focused on building relationships with him and being connected. And our relationship as co-parents is infinitely better because of the experience of going through Jai.
What do you attribute that to? What shifted that moved things from confrontational? It sounds like perhaps there was some struggle around when your son, if I'm reading between the lines, was with who and conflict. What, and then now what I'm hearing is co-parenting is happening, collaboration is happening, mutual understanding maybe is happening. What do
Yes.
you attribute that to? That's a massive shift.
I think I contributed to my beingness and how I showed up.
What does that mean, beingness?
The qualities and the energy that I step into every day. When I am talking with her, when I am speaking about her, when I'm thinking about her, and my relationship, how am I doing it in a way that is building a better relationship and softening my energy so I am coming from a place of grounded support and a true desire to understand and contribute.
Can you identify a specific moment or something that you learned as you were becoming a parenting coach here at Jai that had you have this insight? Like, wait a second, if I shift how I'm showing up, things will shift. Was there a specific piece?
Yeah, I don't know that there was the exact moment. I recognized very early on that this is not something that I only can use with my son or my kids, but that these tools around connection and being grounded and focused could be used in other ways, and that I could use it with my mom or my son's mom, which got me the results that I want. I use it with my mom also, so and my
Same.
dad, yeah, and we have a better relationship because of it. And but that being grounded, knowing the results that I want to do, seeing that vision for the life that I want to have and how I want to be connected with her, and then choosing into the things that are going to give me those results and live those results every time. And I can't say that I live those results at every moment throughout it, and I am living them now. And it was because of this focus on this moment and where I am today
Yeah.
that I built the track record with her to actually soften her and allow her to be permission to come into my space and give me and my son what we both wanted.
Not be ready for battle, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like she doesn't have to fight me. That she gets to be supported by me and feel connected, and knowing that we have a similar goal and mission together, and that she can confide in me and I can support her.
How do you think that's impacted your son?
Oh my God. We drove to his first day of school for first grade together in the car, and she had to go to work. I got to pick him up after school that day, and he sat there in the car and he was like, "Dad, you and mom came to my school together today, and we went as a family. And I was like, we did go as a family, and it was an amazing moment to be with
Mm,
my son and to like live that with her. And a year ago, I mean, she didn't even like me in the same room. Using my first name in every single text she sent to me was the common thread, and now that almost never happens. We have a very good supportive relationship, and I focus on who I get to be every moment. So I don't text out of anger or frustration, but out of a desire to understand and connect and support.
wow.
And every time is so much better because of that.
It creates so much trust.
It does. Yeah. I go to her house now. I actually go there in the morning times. She goes to work. I stay at her house, wake my son up. I lock her house up, feed her dog, and go out
Wow.
there. But I walk to school because she lives a block and a half from school, and he doesn't have to get up. He would have to get up an hour and a half, 2 hours early for school if he came to my house so she could go
Yeah.
to work. And I go there and I lock it up, and I mean, what an awesome opportunity to like be
That is
supportive. And
so
he gets and
inspiring to
he
me.
wins,
Yeah.
right? An extra hour every day of sleep. Like what an awesome blessing.
Yes.
And he's thriving.
I'm so glad. It's an amazing story. So remind me when you graduated from Jai.
I graduated from Jai. I got my certificate in September.
September of 2022.
Three.
So just now?
Yeah, like the
Okay,
first.
this is only crazy, you guys, because before we got recording, Zac was telling me some of his business results. So my brain thought that you'd been at it. We'll circle back to that. Okay,
Yeah,
so having just graduated this
yeah,
month, it is currently September 2023. My mind just kind of got blown.
yeah.
What were your favorite parts of going through our 7 month certification program? What'd you love about it?
Um, just the opportunity to dive into the knowledge and learn so much about myself and how I grew up and my parenting style. And I kind of intuitively was doing this on my own. I read a bunch of books and stuff, and that's why I saw the value in this. And I kind of was doing a lot of these things and then getting clear tools. Like if you can remember, the Harbor acronym, you can be that place for your kids and for yourself. So it's like, okay, all I have to do is remember in this moment this acronym and then walk myself through the steps. And having clear, concise steps supported me in like when I was feeling irritated and wanted to like, son, just get your shit together, let's go. And I can be like, okay, what's going on, and how can we get you motivated and doing it in a way that is coming in support of him and getting in to do it for his reasons as opposed to
Hmm,
mine. Because
got it.
mine aren't enough.
Yeah. So before we got started, you were sharing some of the results that you've been having. So before we get into how you did that, I'd love to hear how, as a business owner, right, as a new parenting coach, you're taking this work out into the world. What's your passion around Jai's parent coaching methodology?
I'm a dad. I started a dad's nonprofit to support dads and being more connected and intentional fathers called Kids Deserve Dads. And I've been running that since my son was 7 months old, 8 months old. And I wanted to help dads and really focus on dads being engaged and uh, intentional fathers and really helping their kids grow to their best selves. That's an important role. And I'm a dad. I love dads, and so I'm just all about really being the best dad I can be to be a leader and example for these men.
Mm,
So
wow. Okay, so you started this nonprofit before you graduated? It sounds like that
I
sounds very
started before I
clear.
went to law school.
Okay.
Actually, I wrote a bill to change some laws in Wyoming, and a bunch of lawyers came out in opposition. And I said, you know what? If these guys are gonna get so much credit for being a lawyer, I'm gonna go be a lawyer, and then I get that same credit just because I have that degree. And so I applied. I was the last person to apply. Like the lady thought I was crazy. I got 2 points higher than I needed. They called me on July 9th after my son and I had just done this epic 2 week journey through 11 national parks. We did Canada Day in Canada, 4th of July in Glacier National Park, epic. And on the way home through Billings, they called me on the phone and said, Zac, you're in. And I was like, okay, good. How long do I have to decide? She goes, when I hang up, you're either in or you're out. And it was that much
Today.
grace. And I was like, okay, well, I guess let me get my credit card out and give you my money. And I went to go to law school, and I'm using that to really understand the system. It's helped me slow down and see how I can be impactful and really contribute to my state and to my community and my son and all the different dads that are out there going through the struggles of being a dad and how do they show up in the way that honors them and their kids and family.
Amazing. So you've started sharing that you're a parenting coach now with your community. What's the response been like?
It's been really amazing. People have been drawn to it. I will be, I will admit honestly, I had some imposter syndrome. Like, am I capable of this? Like, I'm doing it myself, but holy smokes, like, there's a lot of things, and what do I do to show up? You know, and I was like, I get to put myself out there and just believe that um, I have the knowledge and that I am the expert, and I have great things to contribute to these people and their families, and I put it out there, and the response has been amazing. I've had people reaching out to me who I haven't even spoken to that I don't even know because of the posts that I put up and the beingness that I have of being a true contributor and supporter. And I built a plan about what my business is going to look like, and I had a goal, and my goal is to do $6,000 by the end of this week, and I am one client away from that. So
You
this
guys,
don't help.
I feel like this is where I say, like, these results are not typical. Like, let me be super duper crystal clear. That is an extraordinary beginning, you know, for someone who just graduated to be at that level. That's why I was like, wait, what?
Yeah,
I want to be very honest with people
yeah.
always about the
Four
earning
thousand,
potential
four
of
thousand
being a
dollars
parenting coach.
$4,000 and some change from the time that I started until now, and I have a goal to be at 6,000 this week,
Yeah,
and I, I'm going to hit that.
yeah, you are.
And
What does
my
it feel
goal,
like to be able to pass the baton to the, well, I have two questions. Let's start with that one and then I'll ask my second one. How do you feel like you get to do this?
I feel inspired. I feel like so much joy and love for myself and for this what I get to bring these families. Like, I know the power that it's had in me, and now I get to deliver that experience to these other families and support them in their experience to grow and be the best selves they can be and find the answers for their kids and their relationships that they need to have this and better. I mean, it could be better, you know, and what does that look like? How are we going to get there?
I love it. And what is it, you know, just in the name, I'm sure some of our coaches are going to be watching this video or other people who are thinking about becoming a parenting coach. What do you think is resonating with your audience? What are you saying to parents that is having them say, you know what, I need help? Because that's actually a hard thing for parents to acknowledge.
I think I've been really honest about my experience and my journey, and that my honesty, while not beautiful in every moment, is real and raw, and through that I've learned, and people have seen me grow and see my transformation of my life, and they want to have that, and then I've permissioned people to come join me. I've asked
Yeah.
them and given them the opportunity to say yes, and I put a post up half an hour ago about the results I've had in my life through um, personal development and leadership and coaching.
Mm.
And I had a guy reach out to me before the call, and I said, "Hey, I would love to sell it to you now, and I get to be on this call with Kiva. So after I'm done, I'll call you up immediately, and we'll make a
Amazing.
plan." And so
What I love about what you just said is I think sometimes people think to be a parenting coach, we have to have it all together and we have to like show up like the expert. And what I always say to, I'm sure you've heard me say this, I say to all of our coaches is it's your vulnerability that makes you safe. It's
yes,
your willingness to tell the truth that make people know that if they're going to be vulnerable enough to say, I need help, that you're a safe person to ask. So I love that you said that. That's perfect.
yeah, I think vulnerability is the key because that's what opens up the barriers. It lets the guards down and feels safe, and then to really express themselves for the things that they've gone through. You know,
Yeah,
we've all had
yeah, it's
wonderful
so
moments
much.
and horrible moments, and they're all different. And we get to process those things and move forward and learn, and then be better.
Amazing. Well, share with everyone watching how we can find you, your Instagram handle, website.
Yeah, kids deserve dads. So kidsdeservedads.org is the website for the nonprofit that I run. And I'm doing my coaching through my nonprofit. And I have a bunch of cool stuff coming up on my Dad God program and a bunch of other things along with just conscious parenting coaching. And then you can find me on Facebook at Kids Deserve Dads. You can find me on Instagram at Kids Deserve Dads, LinkedIn, Kids Deserve Dads. You can pretty much go anywhere. Twitter
I'm
is
thinking it's kids deserve dads.
Kids Deserve Dads. I got a tattoo. If you want to know my commitment level, I am 100%.
I was looking at the camera. I want to see the tat. No.
It's got right there, and you can't hide that one. So I am 100% committed to this path and to this support. And I know through this tools, more dads in this world are going to be connected and supported, and we're going to have better families because of everything that we've done. And I thank you.
Good, Zac. Thank you so much. I'm so excited for you and how you're going to go change some lives, my friend.
Thank you. I'm going to do that right now. I got one person to call first thing. So thank you, Kiva.
You're welcome.